Hey guys, coming at you with another video today. We have no clue what we're doing, but we figured we would talk about mindset and kind of let you guys know what we think about all that.
It's all about the mindset, guys.
Anyway, here to work with Connor on this video today. If you guys don't know, this is one of my mentors and one of my closest friends. He's been helping me a lot through my journey. He actually started quite a ways before me, and he'll kind of explain that as we go a little bit about what it took for him to get where he is now and the mindset, obviously. So. Yeah. How are you, man?
Doing good, man.
Yeah?
Just busy, working all the time. But when you love what you do, it's not actually working. So,
fair enough.
Just really big on that, making sure everybody's happy. That's super important. Yeah, just doing great, man.
So, I guess something I've never really talked to you too much about is obviously your reason for being here right now. Why entrepreneurship? Why change your mindset to be like that? And because you have come a long way. Obviously, we've talked about the fact that you've come a long way.
Yeah.
The person you used to be to who you are now.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. I don't know. I mean, I think back to about 6, 7, I don't even know, 8 months ago. The mindset that I had towards life and where I thought I was going. Thought I was going for a college degree to get a business degree, because I've always been entrepreneurial or interested in business, so I thought that was my path. But then I met my business mentor, and he gave me a book, and I hated reading, so I looked up a video of the book because I've never been interested in reading, and I listened to that one video book, and I went home and I read the whole book in one night. And from then on, I have just been developing myself more and more, working on reading more. I read all the time now. I try and read a book a week. I read all the time, so that helps expand your knowledge, expand your mind. Another thing I really work on is watching videos of successful people or entrepreneurial things that help me develop and inspire me. So a big one that I watch is Impact Theory. Jay Shetty is a really big one. Gary Vaynerchuk for business advice. Tony Robbins, all the major guys out there, they inspire me. So if you guys don't even find us inspiring, at least do something to get inspired and change your life. Because I can genuinely say from the bottom of my heart, changing your mindset to be successful and happy in anything. If you guys follow my videos, I talk about happiness a lot, and I think that that's super important. Regardless of what you want to do in life, if you're entrepreneurial, if you want to be a doctor, anything, you have to have a good mindset in order to be happy. So I think just developing that is super crucial. But yeah, I'm excited for our business partnership and what we're about to accomplish over the next year, couple months. Big things coming, so super excited about that. And yeah, I don't know. Just reading, I would say reading and then finding something that actually makes you happy instead of chasing money or something that you think is going to make you happy, but really you're just going to school to get a degree because your parents want that for you, and it's not actually what you want, or you would rather be getting a degree in art because you're super artistic, but they want you to be a lawyer, so you do. But so yeah, just following your own path and your own lifestyle is super important.
Yeah, I will say over the past few months especially, but I've grown up to realize this, is that when there are so many people nowadays that I meet that they say the more rational thing about how I'm going to school to get a career that will guide me through until I retire. It's sustainable, it's easy, but there are so many people out there that they lie to themselves about that. In truth and at heart, they want something for themselves and something that might be more risky at the end of the day and things that maybe people don't approve of all the time. But I will tell you, in the past few months, I've gotten real with myself. Meeting Connor, having the opportunity to work with him. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. It's something I can't deny anymore. I was going to school as well for a while.
Business.
And the past couple semesters I haven't gone because I've really committed to this. I've committed to you know, all the business things that we're going into now, and I will tell you, I've never been happier as far as like where I'm going. You know, it is the riskier thing. It's the thing that's more unknown. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: is that nobody questions it anymore. You know, I have no one to prove myself to but myself, and that is huge to me. Is that it's you versus you in this world, and if you don't see that, and you allow other people to guide you through your own life, it's not fair to you.
100%. I agree with that so much. I think being yourself and being self-aware of what you actually want, and I don't want anybody to think like we're bashing on school or anything like that. Like, getting an education is super important, but the thing is, like, if you're getting educated to do something that is not your passion, that's the problem. Like, you can go to school for 4 years and then, like, never use your degree and find a job doing something else. Or, like, you could get a degree in something that won't make you as much money, but it'll actually make you happy in life, and that's what matters. And people need to stop chasing money and start chasing how to make themselves the best version of who they are, and stop living life to keep up with, like, the Joneses and all the people. Like, you have to buy the new iPhone because you need to fit in. Like, fitting in is normal. Like, why would you chase being normal when you're put on this planet to be yourself? Like, we're all here for a reason.
And we're all different people, but so many people now want to ride the same bus, essentially.
All the
keeping
time,
up with the Joneses, right? And, like, you see so many people trying to follow trends, and we are literally a culture, it seems, driven by that. And I think that's where we succeed. Like, entrepreneurs have this innate ability to look at the world from a different perspective, right? And recognize how we fit into the picture differently than everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? We don't associate ourselves with groups because we know we're not a part of that. And a lot of people might look at it and be like, man, these guys are crazy. They have no idea what we're talking about. But I love that. I love that idea that people find us, you know, crazy or like...
Or we won't make it.
And because think about all the entrepreneurs out there that, like, at one point they were thought it was crazy, you know, like dropped out of high
Gary
school.
Vaynerchuk, like, was made fun of when he was like 20 something, and he built a multi-million-dollar business for his dad and then restarted at 34. Like, we're in our 20s. We have no idea what's going to happen when we're 34. We'll probably have multiple businesses running because we're starting now.
Right.
We're starting now while we're young and have the energy to actually do that, instead of, like, realizing it later on in life. And when we retire, we realize that we missed out on so many opportunities.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's important to, like, at least try. And my whole thing is like, it's scary to think about failing.
Sure.
And not making it, but I love the grind so much. I could never make it, and, like, I would be happy as fuck.
Sure.
Like, that's just me. Like, I love being an entrepreneur, and I love building businesses and talking business. Like, when we're together talking business, I'm so pumped.
Always.
Like, it's the best time.
It's a great feeling, right?
It's a great feeling to know that you can link up with people that are entrepreneurial and, like, just talk mindset and have the time of your life.
Absolutely.
And even now that we're, like, generating profits and building things and having great ideas and great things that we can start implementing, I think it's huge that we, like, just love the grind. Because if you don't love what you do, it's just, I feel bad. Like, that sucks.
Absolutely. And that's what's crazy, guys. We are just getting started on a lot of things. Like,
yeah.
We are new to the game, but him and I can both agree that even on these early stages of grinding, right, we don't have it all. We don't have all the cool shit and whatnot, but, like, we can both agree that it's so worth it because the feeling it gives us, right? And I would say to you the same thing, and that Connor's been saying too, is that if your lifestyle that you ultimately want, right, is something that doesn't have all the money, doesn't have the cars, the cool things, right?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to chase it. Because ultimately, people will respect you more at the end of the day for doing what you love and succeeding at that than going with the path that everyone tells you. Mm-hmm. Going with the path of least resistance in a lot of cases too.
Yeah. And
that's not the way to live life. We're 21, and I think that's one thing people disregard too, is that people at our age, right, we're in a lifestyle that is so rushed. Like, people think they have to hurry along this life, right?
Have it figured out at 25.
And that's the thing. We
kids.
Could literally go through this experience together, fail at 25, But because
start.
But here's the thing, like we see entrepreneurs all the time at 40 who are now like, they're starting their journeys, right?
Yeah.
We're 21. Like think of how many times we have to go through 20 years again.
At least
No excuse for why we can't try this now. And that goes for everybody.
I agree. I think people who are entrepreneurial and or people who want to build wealth, like if you're chasing money, that's awesome, but realize that because I can say we're chasing money, to be honest. Like we're building wealth, but it's not like that's the only reason why we're doing it. Like we're not building it to have the money. We're building it to have a family legacy to carry on for generations. So that our great grandkids will have everything that they've ever needed before, or we can donate or make a difference in the world instead of just going out and buying a bunch of cars because we can.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's so important to realize happiness comes from within and loving what your life. They say do the 80-20 rule. So Tom Bilyeu says it all the time. Live 80% in happiness and 20% you can be negative 20%, but that should not last more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be negative, you can dwell. You can be sad or be angry or anything, but if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes thinking about it, talking about it, anything. Life is too short, and we don't even know if tomorrow's guaranteed, so you might as well be doing something that's making you happy instead of doing something that you think you want. I don't even know. But.
And I do have a word for all of you people who are entrepreneurs like us, right? And maybe you don't have people to surround yourself with, right? Or because I will tell you that was one of the biggest things for me that set me off in these few months is I've had the opportunity to do nothing but surround myself with it, right? It's almost like a contingency plan in a way. You are literally putting yourself in a situation to not allow yourself to fail.
Yeah.
Right? Because you will have moments where you want to doubt yourself, second guess what you're doing, because everyone else is against it. But when you have an opportunity to work with Connor, and we have several other people we're working with or planning to work with here soon in the future, and just surrounding ourselves with it, I would encourage all of you to surround yourself with a new environment that allows you to succeed at what you truly want at heart, right? Don't allow if your parents are one of your most negative people or groups in your life that they're saying your direction's wrong and trying to tell you this, of course, I'm sure they love you, but if they're not giving you what you want, it's your life, it's not theirs, right? And that's what you have to recognize.
Being happy for you and stop doing anything for anybody else. Live for you, not for your spouse, not for your boyfriend, your friends. No matter what anybody thinks about you, as long as you're happy with who you are as a human being, you'll be happy. That's when you become unstoppable. Legit, no one could ever do anything to me that would question my self-worth, and it's been hard as hell, and it's taken me 6 to 8 months to just develop that. But now that I'm here, I'm unstoppable. There's nothing something that anybody could do to truly bring me down, and I genuinely believe that. All the haters, and I'm sure there's tons of people that follow me and unfollow me and hate me and think I'm too positive or whatever, because everybody has haters, but in order to be great, you're gonna have to go through the crap, and I signed up for greatness. So.
Oh wow, I like that. That was powerful, man.
And I'm ready, man. I'm ready to change the game.
Dang, man. I'm the same way, man. I think one thing I will say is once I started chasing my dreams, my true dreams, not going to school to eventually be able to kind of move that into business and whatnot, right? Once I truly started hitting the ground running, I've seen so much more results.
Transformation.
And that's the thing is my transformation has already been huge. I've been at this for
solidly
for a few months, right? And I've started making videos like this one. I've started
confidence builds up,
right, and you boost your confidence because I know who I am. I'm being real with myself. Absolutely, one thing I will tell you right now: the biggest thing, be real with yourself. Take a moment
face
in
your
life.
demons head on. Face everything you've ever dealt with in your past. Face it.
Truly.
And devour it. Just destroy it, and your mind will just change. It's crazy town.
Right? Take a moment in your day, one of these days, your weekend. Be with yourself. Be with yourself and be honest. Because one thing I struggled with getting to this point is that, you know, I was such a scatterbrain, right? Like my mind was racing everywhere. And if you're like an entrepreneur like me, or if you're in a lifestyle that you don't want to be in right now and you're denying what you want to be, I will tell you it's probably similar in that your mind is racing. You have so many ideas going on in your head, you're lost, like you're chasing this path, but you know it's not what you want, so your mind's lost here. You have a hard time talking to people about like having a head-to-head or face-to-face conversation because like your mind's elsewhere all the time.
Always.
Be real with yourself. It's how I started this. Is I literally sat with myself and said, I'm done making excuses for a life that's not worth living to me. I'm done deciding that I need to go with a safer route. When in truth, I knew exactly what I wanted. It was such a huge confidence boost when I finally made that switch in my head that said, now's the time, no more excuses. So that's why I've been able to do these things. I would have, if you would have talked to me, 6 months ago, I would have.
We ordered pizza, guys.
Honestly, yeah,
Give me
sorry.
1 sec.
Yeah, he'll be back. If you would have talked to me 6 months ago, I would have told you you're joking if you think that I'm gonna make a video.
Alright, well, thank you.
And I was, you know, very reserved, and I was very, you know, very reserved, very kept to myself and just a few people. But ultimately, I was lying to myself about who I wanted to be, and it affected my self-confidence. It affected the conversations I had with people, and it affected so many things in life, right? But I would tell you that is one of the biggest changes you have to make. Is you have to sit with yourself. You have to reflect with yourself and be honest. Be honest about the things you lack at. Be honest about the things that you wish were better. Be honest about what you have that are great qualities. I will tell you those are the things you have to capitalize on. Like, maybe if you suck at doing something in particular, but you're amazing at this, there's no reason you shouldn't like be full-fledged working at this and maybe putting a little bit of effort into building this up. But you need to hammer home the things you're amazing at, right? And so that's part of being honest with yourself. So that is so important. Now again, for all of you entrepreneurs out there, right, who are like us, and even if you're not an entrepreneur, you know, but you're feeling
or
stuck
looking
in a
for a
situation.
change in
Right,
your life.
right.
Like,
If
just
you're looking for a
change.
change and you don't know how to do it, or you're feeling stuck in your position because you feel alone in your mindset, I would encourage you guys, get in touch with us.
Yeah.
Seriously,
absolutely.
we love helping people realize what we see now. It is such an amazing feeling to us both. I think neither of us will deny that.
Always.
So reach out to us on social media. Of course, you know, we have our Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. This should be going up on all of them, I believe. So if you're on any of those, you should definitely reach out to us, and we'll even sit down and have a conversation with you about it all. You know, just continue to follow us, guys. Like, we have such an amazing journey ahead of us. I would love for you guys to see that and feel inspired to change your life if you feel you need that.
Yeah, because we're just two regular dudes. Like,
at the end of the day,
we're just two guys like chasing a dream and found our passion, and it is like a transformation. Like, once you find your passion, it's game over.
I already feel a sense of the dream coming true, and we're just starting.
Haven't even started. Keep an eye out for our YouTube channel too. We're gonna have that coming out over the next month or two. Who knows? But we're busy guys. We got a lot going on.
We got a lot of meetings ahead of us too.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. So just don't be afraid to reach out. I mean, we're legit. Like, we're here to help anybody and everybody. So that's our whole reason for being, is to provide impact and value.
Absolutely, guys. Well, like I said, continue to follow us through all of our projects that we have going on. I would love for you guys to be able to see that, and just see that we go through failures too, mind you.
Oh,
okay? We fully plan on showing you guys our failures, because we're not
afraid of it.
We're not abnormal people. We're not perfect by any means.
Fail all
We're
the
gonna have a
time.
lot of failures, but that is so important to your journey. And we're gonna show you that when we get punched in the mouth, we don't quit. We keep going, because this is what we want.
This is our journey to success, and we're gonna make it, like, regardless, because there's just no other way for me. Like, it's just so ingrained in my brain, and like my neuroplasticity just says that we're gonna make it.
Absolutely.
Every day, it's my every other thought.
Do you have any more like quick tips for like changing that mindset, especially if you're in their position, if we hit the right people?
I think finding a mentor and finding your passion. You have to figure out what's going to actually bring you happiness, and like really go deep down, like look yourself in the mirror and just like I legit just looked myself in the mirror and I was like, I need to do something, like I need to change, I need to be happy. And from that moment on, it was just a whole new ball game. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's day one or one day. You can change one day, or you decide like, hey, today's day one of my transformation. So
I like that a lot, and I would encourage you to take day one.
day one always. It's always day one too.
Always
Like we always restart. We always. Life is so long, and you can always do something else. And being average is always going to be there, so always strive for greatness.
Yeah.
I'm really big on that.
Absolutely. I would tell you, my last tip for you guys before we go too is, if you're in a position where maybe you don't even know what you want to do, don't be afraid of that. Okay. I think there's a lot of people who go through it where they're fearful, especially at our age. You know, you're in that changing process. You're becoming more of an adult. You're afraid that you don't know who you are yet. I will tell you, you have a lot of life to live. There's no reason that you should ever expect to be ready like right away, right? And I think Jay Shetty, one of the guys we actually watch a lot of, he has a video where he talks about everyone's life happens at different times, right? Like you could get a house at the age of 40 and that is still just as much of an accomplishment as getting a house at the age of 20 something, you know?
Same thing.
Seriously, like don't rush your life.
Your house still holds the same loneliness. Like it's just a house. Like that's just a materialistic thing. But having fulfillment and like living with the people that you care about and like actually loving your life is what matters.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys, that's it from us tonight. We have a lot to work on, so we're gonna be moving forward with that stuff. But you'll see us again here soon. I'm sure we'll be producing a lot more videos as we go, and like he said, YouTube channel and such. So keep following us, guys, but we will see you another time.
Yeah.